wanted to make this video real quick. We really choose the things that we want to experience. We change our circumstances, then we initiate new timelines, and then we decide what it is that we really want to do as a passion, as a goal, as something that we want to open up to. So be open to reception, be a good listener, adapt to your environment, subtract what does not need to be there, and then add in what is exactly for you. Then we don't harbor resentment or unforgiveness within our path. So when we forgive and let go of the past, then we are delivered from it. And then we don't have to assume ourselves to be something that we're absolutely not. And so in this connection, I want you to realize that everything is designed for you to manifest. It's designed for you to be prosperous, and you have to be the architect of the universe. You have to be steeped in symbolism. You have to be absolutely mysterious, and you have to ask the universe, can you give me a sign today? Can you give me a surprise that I can encompass? So the vocality, our vocal gifting, our vocational gifting, when we speak it into existence, it is made for us. When we speak it into existence, we initiate the entire universe being in the connection of what we want it to be. We ourselves change and transform and transmute the negative lower vibrations that don't need to be there. And we see that when we become this energy that is not needing of anything, that it wants to be empty so that it can be pure, that it wants to be in its crystallized form as the higher self sees itself, looking through the eyes of God as a reflection. You are a reflection, you are an example of representation. So when you see yourself as that, that's something very impactful, that's something very beautiful that you can really tap into. So your greatest gifts that you don't think are gifts will become your greatest gifts. The personality traits you don't like about yourself, the things that you hold on to, the things that you assume yourself to be all the time are the greatest things about you. So your impatience, your insistence, your resistance, your anger, your inability to not fold a blanket, your OCD, right? Those are all qualities that are fine and okay, and God loves you for it. But I don't believe in God itself. I believe in the philosophy that it is energy. It is a feeling. It is the sun that's shining behind me. It is the greenery that is right here presently for us to encompass. So it is the experience of the illusion that's able to generate from a different source of energy, that is able to create and appear out of nowhere. When we understand this notion that nothing that we hold on to on this earth plane, our archangels, our guides, our higher self, God doesn't worry about little stresses. They don't worry about what's going on in the world. They want to make order. So we're combating this sense of like having to fall in line to what we're subjected to all the time. We're made to feel like we have to pay for that coffee, you know? We have to take in the world of advertisement, false advertisement of what we're supposed to be, how men are supposed to be, how women are supposed to be, how we're supposed to dress, our style, right? So it's like a lot of spiritual people give false advertisement. They say that you can't listen to like rap music because it has a weird energy, or you can't listen to certain rock music. But if you listen to too much meditation music and worship music and you don't balance it out, then you're not balancing out the energies of light and dark. Our light and dark energies are so important within the sphere of connection. As you're listening and continuing this video, I don't mean to tell you that you have to be either or. I just want you to feel connected because you've been living your whole life feeling disconnected, right? And because you felt disconnected within your reality, it's really messed up your stimulation, your sense of self, your sense of self-worth, and who you are as an individual. So some of us have to feel into the connection of like what we truly can be, of who we truly are. Now, you don't have to be either or. You don't have to be high vibration. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to say the right words all the time. You don't have to live in the seasons of anonymity, and you don't have to live in inadequacy, but you cannot be a performative being. You're not here to play a part in this movie that is bad, that is gross. You're here to play a part in your play that you've constructed that has all the right songs, that has all the right compositions to the songs, and has everything going for it and falling into place miraculously. That's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to experience, really. You're not here to experience all this other BS. Now, some people, we do choose pain. Some of us choose to suffer. But sometimes things just happen. Sometimes a bill comes up. Sometimes, that person cuts you off in traffic and you're like, man, screw that guy, And sometimes things just happen. The universe is very random. The universe doesn't pick and choose where everything is all hunky-dory, it just doesn't. Full alignment is wonderful and great, but there is room for chaos. There's always room for chaos, craziness, and sanity, But to do something expecting a different result, that's insanity, right? So it's kind of like understanding that. That's the kind of statement that I'm making here, is that none of you, and I mean none of you, are perfect. But you're not meant to be perfect. You're not designed to be perfect. We're not designed to have our bodies battered, We're not designed to have our spirit always be slain in the spirit and be in different worlds all the time. But the thing is, and I want to say this, you are unique. You are beautiful. And don't let anybody tell you that. Now, the thing is, too, is that people have always told you how to be, how to feel, how to dress, how to see, how to talk, how to walk, ever since you were a kid, even your family. And you think that's love. It's not unconditional love. It's not respecting, free will as a cosmological law, that you are a free being and a free energy. But the courage of authenticity is really encompassing a new emotional intelligence. Now, not saying that emotional intelligence means that you're overtly emotional and overly sensitive. And I think that in my life, I think I've been so empathic in my life that I feel things, and some of you are clairsentient, so you take on people's energy. But sometimes this whole the world is against me notion is just not a real thing. And I've had to really understand that, is that sometimes things happen that are out of our control. And I've really had to learn this, and this is a hard lesson to encompass, is that sometimes when I'm channeling, I talk weird. Sometimes the multiverse teaches us what we can and can't control. If you can't control it, don't get mad. Yeah, you might have a moment where you're like, man, screw that. Say the F word a few times, which I think the F word is awesome. I think fuck is a great word. But once you realize that you're here, that you're present, that you're connected, then you see that everything is really okay. It's really okay. The multiverse teaches us what we can and can't control.